Hello everyone, just a quick reminder, you can now support us on Patreon. You can get this show and all our shows a day early, and lots of other goodies by supporting us. If you like what we do, and you want to see us do more, you can find us at patreon.com/StudioOmegaYT. Thanks for your time, guys. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that this episode is by our patrons like Audimus X and Baba Meow. Thanks for your support, guys. And hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is time once again to talk about Star Wars Legion by Fantasy Flight Games. Because apparently there are no other games by Fantasy Flight Games, no, I'm not desperately waiting for a preview of Wave 14 or nothing. Anyway, today we're going to hit you up with the Veers preview. He should be coming out later this month, hopefully. They still say Q2. The original one said Q1, but now they say Q2, but that should still be this month. We'll see how everything shakes out. Before we get started, I'm going to say sorry. I feel a little tired and congested today, maybe. You can probably tell by my voice, so hopefully I don't sound too terrible. I'll try and keep it together. Also, I really hope that my audio editing takes out the air conditioner noises, but it's like 85 degrees here, so we'll just have to live with it, because otherwise I will die. Anyway, this intro's gone on long enough. Let's jump into the Veers preview. Alright, so first up, we got Veers. Let's look at his actual unit card. General Veers, Master Tactician. He is a commander unit. There is one mini. He costs 80 points, which I think, as far as we know, is a little less than Leia. I actually have, there's an image I have lying around. Sorry to delay everybody, but I'm once again editing live, calling an audible. I have an image somewhere. Oh, here it is, okay. Alright, so apparently at Adepticon there were some early Leia minis, and some people have been eBaying them. So, she's 90 points, he's 80 points, so Veers is a little cheaper. That makes sense, given his stats. Let's cover those really quick. So he's got 5 health, 2 courage. He has a surge to crit, which is good. He has a red defense die. He has speed 2. He has the melee ability combat expertise, which is 2 black dice. Feeling a little gross. But anyway, his other is Veers E11 blaster rifle, which is range 1 to 3. He gets 3 whole white dice to use and has pierce 1. So I guess he's tuned up his blaster rifle to shoot more, not necessarily be better. Surge to crit is okay. That means you've got 2 crit opportunities on white dice, but they're still not great. For upgrades, he has 2 command slots and 1 gear slot, and he has the following keywords. Spotter 2, which is an action. It's got the action icon, and it's not a free action. Choose up to 2 friendly units at range 1. Each chosen unit gains an aim token. Veers, by the way, is a friendly unit at range 1 of himself, because it doesn't say other, so he can throw 1 aim token at himself. Great to give your Stormies those aim tokens so they can be free to do other stuff. He also has Inspire 1 after your Rally Step, which, by the way, is when you activate. Right when you activate is your Rally Step. Remove up to 1 suppression token from another friendly unit at range 1 to 2, which is good. He has Precise 1, so he gets an extra reroll with an aim token, which ties nicely into his own Spotter 2. And he's got a gear slot, so you can give him scopes, so he can do that. And then he has Sharpshooter 1, while performing a ranged attack, reduce the defender's cover by 1. So all in all, Veers is a really good pocket commander. Compared to Vader, who is 200 points, he is 80 points. He's got plenty of wiggle room for upgrades. We're talking that he's easily, another speeder bike unit or another couple of trooper units, which will mesh very well with him. Either of those will. And it just works really well. Spotter 2 means that if you've got a action free, you can, go ahead and ditch, or disperse, I should say. Ditching is Inspire. Disperse aim tokens to friendly units, help them out, also help himself out, which he really needs because, seriously, God, even with crit surge, 3 whites, it's not even like a full Stormtrooper squad worth of white dice. The Pierce 1 is good, though. If he actually lands a hit, it'll go through. You're talking about scratch damage. Precise 1 helps him there a little. And Sharpshooter does too, I guess, because that means your hits are less likely to be lost. But Inspire's the real key thing here. Suppression can be a bitch if it starts to stack up, so this gives you a reason to activate Veers early, or at least before units that may be still suppressed. Shadow Suppression, it's got a decent bubble. They're basically anybody who's inside his courage bubble. Downsides, he's only got a red die with no defensive surge, so it's a decent die, but he's only got 5 wounds, so he only has as much HP as another infantry squad. Not perfect. Watch out, and we'll cover some upgrades that'll help him basically sponge his damage out a little. But, watch out for him. He's also only got 2 courage. So it's entirely possible that if you do get to focus fire on him, he could easily be suppressed and possibly panicked. That also means that trooper units can also be panicked much easier. They only go up to, basically, they do double their courage for panic, but still, he's a dicey commander. You're going to have to learn how to use to keep him safe and insulated from enemy attempts to just scratch him off the board. So let's move into his command cards. So now you should see the spread of Veers' 3 command cards. We'll be talking about them basically in pip order. So, maximum firepower is his first one. We knew this already. It's a 1 pip. It's only General Veers. So this just lets you activate him right out the gate. Good for an early effect to get him in the game and get moving. At the end of General Veers' activation, he may perform an attack with the following weapon. It's a 4 and beyond weapon, like the ATST Mortar. You get 4 red dice, impact 2, immune deflect, and remember he does have surge to crit, so there's 2 crits and then impact. Great way to dish out up to 4 damage to an enemy armored unit. You know, we're talking about dealing decent starter damage on a snowspeeder, or probably crippling a ATRT if you think there's one. The only thing to remember is that he's only doing this once. It's only 1 blast, so you want to be careful about it. Definitely pick a priority target, whatever that is. And it does have immune deflect, so the shots can't be bounced back at Veers. That's really all there is to say about maximum firepower, since we talked about already. Sorry, hold on, let me sip my water real quick, so I can hopefully stop clearing my throat so much. Number 2, evasive maneuvers. Now, here's an interesting thing. 2 vehicles only. When a friendly vehicle unit is issued an order, it gains 1 dodge token, so 2 vehicles get dodge tokens. Friendly vehicle units can spend dodge tokens to cancel crit results. And this is a constant, not just the 2 activated, but throughout this turn. I know I said I was going to drink water and do the clear throat thing, and it didn't work. But anyway, the effect lasts the turn the command card is in effect. After the turn it happens, it goes away. So Veers is a very vehicle-friendly commander. He can give them dodge tokens for free. That can help pad out that your ATST only has a little bit of defense. When you're, once you get past the armor, the ATST's really only defensive ability is the fact that it's got a lot of HP. This can give it a dodge token, and it can use that dodge token to ditch crits. Can also just be used, in general on speeder bikes. Goes great with bikes, because bikes can move and then dodge to get dodge tokens, get even extras with their compulsory move, I should say. And then they can still shoot. Or they can aim, or you can go with Veers. You can try and get Veers. You can't choose to activate Veers, so that's a little bit of a tricky proposition, but you can pop Veers and he can pass out aim tokens, maybe. That might be a little hard to arrange, but you know what I'm saying. And then they can have lots of tokens, basically. Token stacking. And then lastly, here's an important one. Imperial Discipline is his 3 pip. It is General Veers and 2 units. It's very simple. When a friendly unit is issued an order, it may recover. So, all those exhaustible weapons, back on the table. HH-12 Stormtroopers, they can recover, they get another shot. That's great. The primary problem with an HH-12 is that it's exhaustible, so it's great burst damage, but once you use it, when are you going to find time to reload it? Well, General Veers can give some Imperial Discipline and have them reload already, which is good. It'll also probably be good for the T7 Ion, because that is a weapon that is severely hampered by the fact that it's exhaustible. At least I'm pretty sure we know it's exhaustible. I can check that out in a second. Yes, it is. Okay. You can see it in the spread. So real good to get that in there. That'll get your anti-armor guys up and running. Also, some exhaustible whatchamacallits. And just, all around, it's good. It's real good. And now, real quick, let's talk about the upgrade cards that are coming into Veers. So, we already know one of them. It's Commanding Presence. It's pretty simple. It costs 10 points. It's a command slot. When issuing orders, you can issue orders at range 10. Considering how cheap Veers is, I don't really think, unless you're, really wanting to squeeze some extra points out, there's not a lot of reason not to take this, just to give yourself a more comfortable buffer. It's no battle meditation, but it helps you keep better spacing if you need it, while still having Veers is able to, throw out those options. Also, it might make it more possible for you to put stuff like comms jammers on speeder bikes. If you're just going to use long-range comlinks anyway, probably don't bother, because that's really what Veers needs to worry about, is being able to issue orders to vehicles. But yeah, we already saw that one. But now we have the full text on Esteemed Leader, which is pretty simple. It's only 5 points, it's command upgrade. When you are defending each friendly core trooper unit, now there's a mouthful, at range 1 gains Guardian 1. While a friendly unit at range 1 is defending against a range attack, you may cancel up to 1 hit result. For each result canceled, roll one of your defense dice, convert surges, then suffer 1 wound for each blank result. So, for only 5 points, anybody who's within range 1 of Veers, which you want to be at anyway because of Spotter, and range 1 to 2 for Inspire, but still, you want to be close to Veers. And when he does that, he gains Guardian 1, which means every unit than him can soak 1 hit. They can't soak crits. And technically, there's some confusion about impact in the rules reference guide. The reminder text on all the cards and the Learn to Play says it only works against armor, but the rules reference itself doesn't specify against armor conversion. So technically, impact weapons can get around Guardian. At the moment, we don't know. Supposedly, there's an update / FAQ to the rules reference guide coming. Maybe that'll get covered or clarified at least as intentional. Don't know. Anyway, so it's not perfect, but since you're going to want to have a couple of core units next to him anyway, this lets those guys soak up for Veers. Put him in cover, give him a dodge token maybe, or maybe not. Get a couple of infantry guys next to him. You can soak up, probably like 3 or 4 hits, maybe more. Very useful, I think. Though again, remember, doesn't work against crits, only hits. So, there will be some chance that some stuff will go. Also, I think I don't know if it's in the rules already, I'm going to need to look up how Guardian interacts with Pierce. Because, if you're fighting like a Luke with a saber throw, or does he have Pierce on his blaster? Or you're fighting Han? Han's got some Pierce, I think. Or Leia's definitely got some Pierce. You might have some problems, don't know. But it's cheap. We've already commented on how Veers is squishy. Just go ahead and throw it on there. Alright, and that is it for the Veers preview article, which has been released. There's one more upgrade in the pack. There's a gear upgrade, but it's not previewed. As usual, FFG likes to leave, one thing out, so there's, some spoilers or something, and it's not a big deal. We don't know what it is. It could be just, scopes from the core set, so you can have another copy lying around, and I think that scopes would actually be okay on Veers, but there's also a gear upgrade in Leia, so I don't know. It could be something new. We'll see. We'll see how it works. And yeah, I guess that's everything. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I managed to keep it under 15 minutes so far. It's good. It's good for me. Alright, well, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Yeah, I'll say this. I've been thinking about it, but I'll say that I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing, a little how-to play Legion on Tabletop Simulator, actually record, me doing the commands and stuff, how to set up the battlefield, set up the army, do your moves and activations and stuff, and we'll see about that. I'm also seeing about getting some people together to actually play Legion on TTS and record it for the channel, but I need to do some network testing to make sure that connecting to people over the internet and also running my capture software doesn't make my computer melt, because it's good, but it's not, spec'd out for that sort of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that. Anyway, the video is done. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Love those likes. Lets people know that the video is good, that they can check on it. If you have any comments about anything, what you're planning on doing with Veers or his upgrades, what you think about any of this other stuff, go ahead and drop those in the comment section down below. Hopefully next week we'll get a Snowtroopers preview, or maybe in a couple days, maybe later today. That'd be great, FFG. Make me do this whole video thing over again in the same day. No big deal. And, yeah. If you want to get into a more relevant conversation, more faster pace, go ahead and check out our Discord link in the description as well. Don't get a lot of people there talking about Star Wars, but we got some. We got a channel for Star Wars, text channel. We can talk about stuff. Maybe set up some TTS games. Also talk about RPGs and stuff. And as always, if you are new here and you have not already, please subscribe to this channel. Best way to keep track of our videos. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications so you can make sure for sure you're getting our videos when they're released. The only other way to keep track of our videos is, of course, to consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get videos early and lots of other goodies, like Discord integrations and stuff there. And we do have a merch store, though I will admit, at the moment, we don't have anything very Legion-relevant, but we got lots of other stuff. And as soon as I think of it, there will be Legion-relevant merchandise. Alright, well, that's the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I will say thank you for your time, and hope everybody has a lot of fun with rolling Imperial armor.